are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone, welcome to October 2016. There's a lot going on, much growth and evolution. Many people are awakening now. Let's take a look at nature's unfolding cycle. And to do that, we look at the new moon point, which is a natural new seeding point. September 30th, 2016, we're going to have our second new moon of the calendar month, and that's considered what's called a black moon. You can see from this particular image that we're looking at, there's a full moon in the background, but this image was too appropriate and adorable for what I wanted to use it for, to not use it. But we're talking about the new moon, which is when the sun and moon are conjunct, and it's going to be happening at the exact point the narrative starts on the 30th of September at 5:11 p.m. Pacific time. The Sabian Symbol, the story, the narrative that is underpinning the energy set of this 8-degree, 15-minute Libra New Moon is 3 old masters hanging on the wall of a special room in an art gallery. The keynote from Dane Rudyard is the need to return to source during a confused search for new value in a chaotic society. Now we can feel into a couple of things. One is just paying attention to what the symbol is showing you in your mind's eye. 3 old masters paintings hanging on the wall of a special room in an art gallery. This has to do with mastery. This has to do with tradition. This has to do with creative endeavors. And it is the number 3. 3 is creation, it is communication, and it's also community. And of course, Libra is all about justice, equanimity. It's about harmony and peace in relationships. And indeed, there's much activated on the global stage with regards to the duality of the human nature is really coming to the fore. And so indeed the keynote of the need to return to source during a confused search for a new value in a chaotic society could not be more appropriate for the now. Gemini. So let's take a look at what is happening for you specifically over the course of this cycle. First, we pull up the I Ching to kind of tap into the underlying story. What's the unfolding narrative for you over the course of October 2016? Gemini, for you, you received 2 I Ching hexagrams. Number 16, enthusiasm, and number 47, oppression. So what this might be talking about is for Gemini-centric people over the course of this period, there is maybe a bubbliness, an optimism, a joy, an enthusiasm that is waning now, that it's moving into more of an oppressed state or even a depressed state. So this is about, oppression kind of talks about, dried up lake beds and that kind of thing. So what you were feeling good about, what you were feeling positive and excited about, now you're going through a period of not so much. So things are waning, and there is this sense of oppression, and that can maybe look like bitterness. It can look like questioning. It can look like cynicism. It can look like different things. Okay, so now if we move to your reading, now your spread here, as you can see, didn't deliver that many cards. These were the cards that wanted to come for you. But at the center, you can see that the central theme for many Gemini-centric people over the course of the cycle is about break. This is about separation. It's about things that have dissolved. It could be relationships. It could be life circumstances, situations. But there is a feeling perhaps of isolation, or that the theme is that you want to break away, that you want to isolate, that you're having questions about things and you're wanting to go within into your own inner wisdom. Or you're having a circumstance in your life, a situation, you're going through a chapter where things are breaking apart in your life and you don't know what that's about. But if you look at the spiritual sector, which is the far right side sector of the spread, you see the deception card and you see the food card. So you're navigating a journey over the course of October that is fluctuating between lies, deception, and nurturance. What is real? What is not? What is truth? What is lie? So there's a very deep process that Geminis are moving through. At the base of the reading, you can see that there are two cards there. At the base, you have ending, leaving, ending, slowing, and hope. So what I get for you is that your hope, at least again for some of you out there, your hope is going to be diminished a bit during this cycle. And again, enthusiasm oppression spoke to the fact that you're moving into a new phase. There's a discernment. There's a deep spiritual process of discernment that is now activated within you. And it's happening on many levels for you. So if we look over at the left side of the reading in the emotional sector, many things is coming up there, miscellany, many things. What that's saying is that emotionally, you have many different feelings coming up for you, many different perceptions, many different reactions. This is about, you're working through clarity, and you are an air sign, and you are very mental. And you better believe that the mind is getting a complete and utter overhaul now. So, and it's directly tied to your emotional body. It's directly tied to the inherent soul beliefs that you carry at your root. So you better believe that emotionally you're going to be feeling different things, a variety of memories and sensory experiences, emotional experiences are going to be coming up for you over the course of the cycle. Now, up in your mindset, you have goodness coming up. So perhaps mentally you're able to access the goodness in what's going on, or you're able to focus mentally on what is functioning or what has functioned really beautifully for you. So goodness in the mental sector is, I would say, the saving grace for this reading, because this is a rather tough reading. We all go through our growth cycles, and certainly Gemini here is going through a period of discernment. That's really what I want to say. That's the main focus for you over the course of this cycle. Now, if we move to your Dakini, what is the optimal embodiment for you to ride this wave of October 2016? You received a beautiful one, number 46, Oshun. And Oshun is a goddess representing the sweet waters of life, okay? And she's promoting the air of consciousness in beauty, culture, and divination. She is the goddess of divination, but she is water. She represents lakes, rivers. And so for you to become Oshun is to become the sweet waters. So if there is bitterness, cynicism, confusion even, depression, other things that are coming up regarding the breaks, regarding the slowing of hope and optimism that's starting to manifest for you, this is about tapping into your emotional body, because indeed water is emotion and she is the goddess of lakes and rivers. So you are to really tap into your emotions and feel them, really go there. And also tap into the vital body, because there's a sensuality, a sexuality and a sensuality to Oshun. So there's some things there, some sensual storylines that actually want to be worked through there as well. Now, keep in mind that the deception card that came up for some of you is going to refer to a love partner being deceptive in the love relationship. So that's not going to apply to everybody. I do think that in a very general sense, Geminis are discerning what's true and what's not in a general way. But for some of you, that is going to have to do with a love partnership where there was a lack, an indiscretion that occurred. So there is a sexuality storyline is what I'm trying to say for some of you. Now, some of the notes here is that Oshun is a bringer of harmony, and she brings about harmonious conditions and surroundings. So what this is saying, Gemini, for you to become Oshun is to become the sweet waters, become the harmony. So if you're feeling bitterness or resentment or whatever it is, isolation, depression, etc., you are to be that which you seek. That's really the message. So become the sweet waters, become the harmony, become your own reconnection, become your own binding, become your own lover, etc., etc. Okay? So Gemini, it's going to be a powerful month for a lot of you ahead. Ride the wave. It's just part of your soul's evolution. It's all good. This is all for your benefit. It always is. Have a great month. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.